Regular long-time readers know that AK has a list of largest investments in his portfolio. AK says that his top 6 largest investments, excluding the bond like CPF, account for almost 2/3 of his investment portfolio in terms of market value. It is not my intention to mimic Warren Buffett, but it just happened this way. In case you didn't know, Warren Buffett says that diversification, the practice of owning shares in many different companies, is not necessarily the right way. His policy is concentration and not diversification. Warren Buffett says if you have found the right stock, why buy only a little bit of it? His advice is to buy 5 to 10 good companies at a bargain price and buy as large a position in each of them as we possibly could. Why put money into businesses we have weaker conviction in? We should put more money into businesses which we have the greatest conviction in. When we buy a lot of shares in the right business at the right price, this strategy is very rewarding. I say this from experience. By having large investments in F.I.R.E, Crisis Retail Trust and, in more recent years, Accordia Golf Trust, I was able to have very meaningful passive income generated for me. Of course, I also benefited significantly from capital gains when these businesses were privatized, one way or another. In the last few years, I have grown my investments in the local banks, DBS, OCBC, and UOB into 3 of my largest investments. Although they are unlikely to be privatized, they are growing in value, year after year. They are also consistent passive income generators as they pay good dividends, year after year. When I find a business I like, I want to buy a bigger share, if possible. Having a war chest ready at all times is so important because these businesses might not always be available at a fair price or, indeed, be undervalued. We can definitely afford to wait to find a great business at a great price. There is no hurry. The stock market will still be here tomorrow. Then, when we find such an opportunity, make a substantial investment. There will always be times when Mr. Market goes into depression. These are the best times to find bargains. The COVID-19 pandemic bear market was when I increased my investments in the local banks, and notably, in UOB, substantially. If I didn't do that and instead went on to deploy my war chest to invest in another 20 or 30 businesses, each would have been a very small investment. And I doubt my investment portfolio would have recovered as well as it did in 2022. This strategy doesn't require any talent in the magical arts. However, this strategy does require a lot of patience, conviction and courage. Well, if AK can do it, so can you.